Here's a requested tutorial from my group on how to draft this stylish asymmetric dart manipulated blouse. The style inspiration is from Didi Excel Fashion Academy. So to start drafting this pattern, you're going to mark out your basic measurements. It includes your shoulder to bust, under bust, waistline. Then after your waistline, measure about 8 to 12 inches after your waistline, depending on the longest part of the blouse. Now place your tape, mark your shoulder divided by 2, come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. You're going to mark out a basic neckline of 3 inches. After marking this, you want to place your ruler and go ahead to connect to your shoulder slope. The next step you're going to take is to find your chest line. And to find your chest line is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Now whatever I have, I'll go ahead to mark and draw out a straight line there. That measurement you have at your shoulder, go ahead to place it again and then connect it to the upper part of your pattern. Place your tape, divide what you have into 2 equal parts at the armhole, come out by ½ inch. Place your tape and mark your bust measurement divided by 4. Connect to the upper part and connect to your bust circumference divided by 4. Now, the next step you're going to take is to start by marking your dart. You're going to mark your nipple to nipple divided by 2 and you're going to mark this all the way to the lower part. Now, after you're done marking that, you want to place your ruler, connect this to the bust line and also connect this all the way to your blouse length. Now, mark the midpoint of your armhole. From that part, you're going to place your curved drew and you're going to go ahead to connect to the midpoint of your armhole. Now, after connecting at that point, for that intake, I'll be using ½ inch here, 1.5. Have a bigger bust, use 1 inch and you're going to take it down. On the other side, you use 2 inches if you have a bigger bust. Now, after marking this, I'll place my ruler and I will connect from the waist to the under bust and then connect this to the lower part. I'll place my ruler and I'll connect at the other side of my pattern also. Now, after connecting, I'll go in with my marker to outline at both sides of my dart lines. Now, the next step is to connect from the bust to the under bust. You can use your curved drew. Now, mark your dart intake of ½ inch on both sides, then blend it into the dart, your initial dart. Now, measure that ½ inch you have on both sides. It will give you 1 inch, then connect it back to your armhole. Now, the next step you're going to take is to go ahead. I'll place my tape, mark my bust measurement divided by 4, pick this dart intake, replace, then I'll just add ½ inch for my stitching allowance. Remember, I'm not making this dress, that's why I'm using ½ inch for my stitching allowance. Mark your under bust measurement divided by 4. Measure your dart intake, replace, and then add your stitching allowance. Now, mark your waist measurement divided by 4. Pick your dart intake, replace, and add your sewing allowance. Use any sewing allowance of your choice. I'm just using ½ inch because I'm not making this dress. Mark your hip measurement divided by 4, replace your dart, and then add your stitching allowance. Go ahead to connect my pattern starting from the upper part to the lower part. That is from the bust, under bust, waistline, and blouse length. So this is what I have after connecting. The next step is to go ahead to outline my pattern. Next step is to mark your bust dart. To get your bust dart is the difference between your shoulder to waist in front and your shoulder to waist at the back. Let's say your shoulder to waist in front is 17 and your shoulder to waist at the back is 15.5. If you minus 15.5, if you take 15.5 from 17, it will give you 2 inches. That is how to get your bust dart. Now transfer your pattern to the other side. That is whatever you marked here on the left, you mark it on the right. What I'll do is I'll draft all this pattern on one side, and what I'll now do is to go ahead to transfer the pattern to the other side of this pattern paper. So you also need a tracing wheel to draft this dress, or you just go ahead to redraft what you drafted on the other side, which might take you more time. The neckline, I'll come down by 4.5 inches. This is not a standard. It totally depends on how deep you want the neckline. And you see me coming down a bit to draft a sweetheart neckline. So mark 0.75 here at the upper part. Then I'll start blending this. Close up your dart and connect towards the armhole of your dress. The shoulder point, I'll connect, leaving about 0.7 to 1 inch here, then I will connect it back towards the armhole line of this dress. So this is what I have here. Now I'll go in with my marker and I'll outline. Also want to make sure that the sides of your princess dart at the armhole matches very well when you're cutting out this pattern. So mark out your sewing allowance and then come in by 1 inch from that point. Then you mark. Blend in your dart. So you can come down by 2 inches, 3 inches. It totally depends. Then you will now connect this point here. Then come down about 2 inches, 2.5. Then you're going to now measure your blouse length. From the waistline, I'm using 5 inches from my blouse length. Then I'll come up by 1 inch. So from here now, I'll connect. You can still use the same 5 inches after your waistline or measure your blouse length. So from here, I'll be extending this to create that asymmetric design we have from the side. So from here now, come down by at least 3 inches from your waistline, 3.5 inches or 3.5, and connect. So you now make a pointy edge. So I'm not actually using my main body size, so I'm doing this in a miniature size, but I'm just explaining, right? So you can come down for this pointy side, 6 inches should be okay, 6.5, or measure and just check what is okay for your own body. Now you want to get your tracing wheel and trace all these lines at the neckline sides of your pattern. Now if you don't have a tracing wheel, all you have to do is to mark this again, but it's best to use a tracing wheel because it will give you the same shape you have at the other side. So I've gone ahead to trace my out with my tracing wheel. I did that off the camera. Now, if you trace with your tracing wheel, you might not see the lines because it will just make points. So what I'll do is I'll just follow those points and I will mark it out. So if you look closely, you notice that there are kind of points on my pattern paper. I don't know if you can see that. Then I'll just reconnect exactly what I did on this side of my pattern. I'll just go ahead and connect, and then that 1 inch after that blouse length. Then what you do is to go ahead to blend your dart because you're trying to achieve this design at the lower part. So I'll just go ahead to connect to the total length of my blouse. So this is what we have now. Now when you're joining this pattern, you want to label your pattern because this might be a bit confusing for you if you don't label it, and if you join your pattern wrongly, you will get another design. Here is the center front, side front again, and then I'll label it. Labeling it will help you know the parts to join on each side. So what I'll do now is to start closing up my dart. You can use your tape to do this. If you're making your dress, use your tape. Label side front A, side front B. Here you'll be merging here together, right? So you want to make sure it outlines. Go ahead to pin it down. So we'll cut from one part to the other, and while cutting it, I will go ahead to explain. You need to pay attention here. If not, if you join the wrong part of the dress, you have a new design altogether, right? So as I merge the sleeve, make sure you blend out the sides of your pattern. I'm using my pin to hold. You can use your sellotape to tape it down. So you can actually tape all your dress before cutting, but I like doing mine this way. It is easier. So I'll just go ahead to cut here out. Are you seeing here now is one piece? I blended out the dart there. Then you have to just place and recheck your pattern before cutting, right? Because it might be confusing at times. You see me like placing it just to note the areas I need to cut. So after cutting that part, go ahead to cut out this side, right? So you have to like cut out your dart here. So let's go ahead to cut here. You cut out here, then cut here. So when you want to join your pattern, you will join this together, then cut out the sleeve area, join. Then the next step is to join the center. The center piece has just one piece. You just cut it out as one piece. So even the neckline, you have to join it. You'll have to like cut it together, right? This area that has like a little strap, right? So I'm just going to place this. You're joining this as one piece, please remember. Then you will now join it to the side. Then let's cut out this other side. Also go ahead to label. You want to label it in a way that you will remember, because for this pattern, if you join a wrong side, if you join two different sides, you get another design. So remember to measure up the armhole area, and then you're going to cut this out, right? Then after cutting it, you still go ahead to cut out the sleeve area separately. After cutting that, make sure you blend out your darts, then cut out the darts that you don't need, then cut the side. So after cutting that side, you cut out the excess at the armhole that you're not making use of. Please make sure that while cutting, you place the picture of the dress, just in case you don't really know what you're cutting again, because when I was cutting, I had to like check the picture, look at it again before going ahead to cut out. So you join this and now join it to the center piece as one piece. Now let's draft the back pattern. Back pattern is very simple and there's nothing much. So you just have your zipper can be 1.5 2 inches. Mark your chest line, your shoulder to waist at the front, then at the shoulder to waist at the back I added 6 inches for the blouse length. Then mark your basic neckline of 3 by 1 inch. Then start by marking your dart, which you mark your nipple to nipple divided by 2. Then after marking that, place your ruler and connect. After connecting, you're going to place your tape, mark ½ inch on both sides of your waistline, come down by 1 inch from your bust, connect this at both sides. Then you want to take your dart down. You can actually use a straight dart if you want. So after marking this now, what you do is to divide your shoulder to neckline into 2. Now we have like a shoulder that was joined, so you have to like use your ruler and connect to the shoulder. Step is to insert your body measurement. Your bust measurement divided by 4. There's no dart there, like that intake. Add your sewing allowance, place your tape, mark your waist measurement divided by 4, pick your dart intake, replace and add your stitching allowance. Now mark your hip measurement at your blouse length, add extra sewing allowance. Connect from the waist to the bust line and to your blouse length again. So this is what I have. So after marking this, the next step you're going to take is to outline. The hemline, I came up by 1 inch and I will go ahead to connect it, so that from my waist to blouse length will be 5 inches, just like we did for the front. Mark ½ inch to get rid of your zipper bulge, then go ahead to extend it 1 inch slightly above your blouse length and then take it all the way up. So this is what I have now. We are done drafting the back. I'll just go ahead and I will cut this out. If you have any questions so far, please kindly go ahead to ask. So that design, you come down a bit from your bust just like you did for the front, then come up by 1 inch at the lower part of your blouse, connect, and then go ahead to extend this towards the armhole. After this, go ahead to cut out. Remember to pay attention to your pattern when you're joining it. If not, you get another design. So this is what we have for the back pattern.